All right, as you can hear, this gentleman has established himself as one of the best comedians in the country, doing over 300 shows annually. He's got a couple of movies coming out also. Anally. Let's give it up for Mr. Bill Burr!
Mr. Bill Burr!
Yeah! Hope we didn't just play all your material you were going to do.
Yeah.
No.
The show at Bananas is now over. They wasted my material.
How's it going, man?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? No, that's
JV,
the
good to meet you.
that's the safe network stuff.
Okay, yeah, no doubt.
Somebody trashed me on my website. It was giving me a rough time about that stuff. Going, oh, you make fun of George Bush for being dumb.
Yeah.
Obese kids. I've heard that before. It's like, dude, it's network television.
Yeah, you've got to appeal to everybody.
So,
I'm supposed to do my
what are you
bit
really
about-
talking about then on stage? What do you get into?
That's too loud
you
for
know,
you?
I don't know. Talk about Hitler and things like that. You know,
He was misunderstood, I
funny
heard.
topics
That's
like
what I
that, but
heard.
you can't do that on network TV. It's all like literally like saying you got to say like out of shape and don't say obese too many times because
Who's telling you that?
It comes off as mean spirited.
One of the producers will tell you that, or do you just
People they get like it's almost like at this point I've done TV so much that I know how to do like that obese kids thing. I wanted to open up, but I knew. I bombed with it on Carson Daly, but I mean they had like a really young crowd, so I was
a
like,
lot of fat kids out there.
yeah, exactly.
40-year-old fat
Only
kids
two
in the
kids
audience?
could fit in there, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll put that towards the end because I had done a bit on Carson Daly where I made fun of Oprah and. With like political correctness, they just thought, okay, this is a white guy who's making fun of Oprah. I think he advocates slavery.
Yeah, he's a racist.
That's literally.
But on a serious note,
the
do you?
mindset.
Yeah.
Do you?
Huh?
Advocate
Well, not in February.
Right.
Not in this
One
month.
month, not in Black History Month, right?
What a
Yeah.
nice guy. You're a sweetheart.
No,
What a
no,
great heart.
that's like the number one thing that you combat when you're doing stand up is like it's just like fighting through that perception. You know what I mean? They got to like squeegee.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally.
Yeah, people just have a tendency. It's like that group thought thing. You're constantly battling.
How much are you thinking about while you're up there? Can you just do your set, or are you thinking, okay, I'm going to get the lights soon, and I'm going to run out of time, and plus I can't take it, to the levels that I want to take
that
this.
One, I mean, that set was good, but I felt like I didn't quite connect with the crowd. I should
Really?
No, I kind of came. You come out, it's like, all right, come out, give Dave a nod. Come over, stand on this blue dot. Don't go too far over here. Don't go too far over there. And I just, I think I wasn't quite nervous enough.
I got
you. Know what I mean? Like a good kind of nervous.
Yeah,
I was kind of like, all right, I got this.
Yeah.
Then I kind of started off, I thought a little slow, and then I was just like, oh, hey, wait a minute.
So do you have to do that on television? You have to stay on the little spot? You can't be animated and moving around too much?
Yeah, and a lot of those sets, they look enormous on TV, but I mean, you're literally standing there.
I just went the other day. It's
it's like 4 feet over is Dave. Another
and
2
Paul's right there.
He's like
right next to you.
Like
It
right
looks so
there.
big on TV. Does that mess with your mind? Someone's standing there staring at you 2 feet away?
No, only because those guys are really cool. Like Paul,
Yeah.
he came out and he, shot the breeze with me for like 10 minutes afterwards. But no, the first time you do it is weird. It was more like the first time I did it, I was killing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm hearing Paul Schaefer laughing. And it's like,
That must be weird, though.
Yeah, very strange.
it's surreal.
Yeah.
It's like the longer the show's on and it becomes like part, and then all of a sudden you're there, it feels like a dream. You know what I mean? But, I do like Carson Daly. It was like, that was a brand new show. So it's like, all right, I just felt like I was.
That show's still on?
Yeah, that's
guess
out in like L.A.
Yeah, okay. You mentioned you have a website. Are you one of these web geeks or one of these guys that's always on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
You're not a MySpace guy, are you?
Oh, I'm addicted to it.
Oh, no!
Are you? I don't get that.
Addicted to it. You know why?
Just because I'm not on there, I hate it.
Exactly. Dude, let me tell you something right now. That is the future.
The future of wasting your entire life.
That's why kids are so fat.
No.
No. You have the answer.
Yes.
Hookups?
If you hooking up.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Ridiculous. Dude, you will be
Hooking
on
up
there.
with what, though?
Yeah, you don't know.
No, this is what you got to click on their other photos to make sure. Everybody can have one picture where they look hot.
Yeah,
so what you got to do is you got to check out their other
Need a
photos.
gallery.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
This is how you do it. All you do is you just look for some lonely girl who only has like 16, not those like professional whores who have like, 80,000 friends. You find someone with like 16, right?
You're gonna
they
get
live
it.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You read their bio, and whatever their dream is, you just send them an email that you think that they can achieve it.
Oh,
Right.
beautiful.
And next thing you know, you're going to be driving to Rochester in like 2 in the morning. Like, dude, this is going to be awesome.
I mean, you're on television enough. Can't you get chicks off the appearances and off the stage sets that you're doing? Like Bananas. The girls afterwards are going to be clawing for it, right?
No,
banana.
I don't have that kind of. I just don't have that kind of act where it's like certain guys, like they go up there and they I don't know, they just, they do the whole, guys are dumb, right, ladies? I mean, if you come like that angle and somehow, or if you talk about sex a lot, like women, I don't know what it is. Those seems like the guys. But yeah, I go up, I kind of trash
obese kids and
women. And,
that doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, so.
You start off with the C word, you're not really going to get.
I mean, no, I don't get that bad, but I don't go up there and, yeah, I should probably do that more.
Now, I would love to check you out, it's New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bananas.
What's the location on that?
It's, what is it, Route 17th South, Hasbrook Heights.
Are you giving me all the directions? MapQuest here.
Well, he said the location, right?
Yeah, but
he's got it written down.
Look how professional I am. This is
look
like,
at that. Wow.
This is the back on like a Mailbox Forever receipt.
You have the directions to every club in America on that one.
He writes small.
Yeah, I got your information, JV and Elvis, 40 West 5th. Oh, sorry, I don't want to give out the address.
Oh, it's okay.
What's the number? It's 201-727-1090 for tickets. And anybody who saw me on HBO, I got a new hour of material, so I won't bore you.
Awesome.
Sweet. You can go to ticketweb.com.
Hey, shame on me for this. These people are up on it, and everyone else was up on it, but I haven't seen you yet, so I heard that, and that was an awesome set. But what are some other things that you like to talk about? What's your style?
A lot of storytelling, and then I'll kind of mix it in with like topical stuff or something. I try, I'm not above a fecal matter joke.
Oh, my
so
favorite.
To speak.
Hey, come
but then
on.
Also, yeah, I mean, it's just
better than a good poo joke.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Without getting the entire segment here dumped.
Right.
Give me an example.
No pun intended.
Some fecal matter.
Of a poo joke? I don't. That's the one you want to hear? Not the Hitler joke?
Oh, yeah, I love the Hitler joke.
The Hitler joke was basically just something. I was watching A&E, like you guys talking about that serial killer. And by the way, fantastic segment to have before you bring it.
I thought about you on
that.
I
was so sitting in the green room just going, I'm like, pull up at some point. Somebody lighten the mood. And then that guy calls in, I'll tell you, let the guy out of jail. I'll put a bullet in his brain. Then I love that guy. He's like a 50 caliber gun. You can hit somebody from a mile away. It's like, great, dude. How flat is the land out in front of his house that you're going to be a mile away in the Staples parking lot going, come on, man.
There's nothing around.
Yeah.
Not a tree, a car.
He's about ready to get the paper. I got his daily routine down.
And it's a town that obviously only has your house and Staples. I think they're going to go knocking at your door.
And you're just going to be laying on top of your van in the parking lot. Sir, can I help you? Don't worry about it. This doesn't concern you. Nothing to see here. Wow!
Wham!
All right, so the Hitler joke.
The Hitler joke was basically, I was watching A&E. They're always doing something on Hitler.
They are.
Yeah, and I was just kind of thinking, how come you never run into anybody with the last name Hitler? You know? It's not that weird a last name.
It's not.
Right. I'm like, he didn't have any relatives, like a cousin, like Ed.
Steve Hitler.
Yeah, Ed. Hey, Steve, yeah. He's like a plumber.
Yeah, right.
He's a good guy, shows
Hitler
up to work on time, you're a little late, he'll cover for you.
Yeah.
Right? But my thing is the guy, he had relatives. They all had to change their last names.
Yeah.
And the whole joke is, I'm fascinated with that level of evil where, like, you're so evil, they have to retire your name. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
No more you. No one's ever going to have a baby and be like, you want to call him Adolf? Everybody,
You're right.
done.
Pretty extreme. Yeah.
It's over. And there's only a few guys. Nobody has a friend named Attila. Right? Nobody's hanging with their buddy Judas. It's over. Judas is actually kind of a cool name, right?
It is a cool name. Judas
But,
Hitler.
And you betray one Messiah, and that's it. It's over.
He went cheap, too.
They're like bringing your jersey up to the rafters like, that is it. No
Judas,
more.
number 30 for the 30 pieces.
Yeah.
It's over.
This is the voice of Bill Burr. How do you know what's going to work? I love your style of comedy where you're just watching a television program and you're going to put a weird twist on it. I love that
Good
style,
stuff,
but
man.
you got to have those days where you think, I'm going to jot this note down on my little directions napkin, and this is a good one, and you're laughing in your own mind, but you get out there and go, what the F happened?
Yeah. I actually have that on my website. I have a whole thing. One day, I don't know what the hell, I was trying to write some bit about something. And my web guy just happened to be in town. I wrote it, and I'm like, this thing's going to kill, or whatever. And I went up there, and I was just, And the worst thing about my style is I'm more high energy. So when you bomb, you look like so much more of a tool. Your energy is like up on 11. You're just like, ta-da! Right? Everybody's just sitting there like...
Crickets and tumbleweeds.
Yeah, there's no way to. You got to do like a barrel roll to get out of it and go into the next joke.
Will you rehearse it at smaller clubs or throw it out to a friend, or are you like, you know what, I've been doing this long enough, whatever, I'm going to just take it and go do it?
At this point,
or you go like Mencia and steal it.
And
sorry.
I don't.
He's good friends of ours.
No. I don't know that guy.
Okay.
Anyways.
You'll know him when he starts doing your act.
Yeah, right. Hitler joke.
Why? I don't do anything about beaners.
Exactly.
And he's not even a beaner.
He's not. You know his real name? Ned Holness.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
But he's not an
busted him
actual.
out.
He does all this beaner stuff, but he's not. His dad's like,
Yeah, but I mean,
German.
Is Cher? That's not her name.
I know.
It's show business.
I know. You're right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
He's the new Johnny Bravo.
We didn't have Cher on the air and rip him and bring up her real name. Him we did.
Oh, you guys did that to him?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We have history. We've known him for a
He's
long
done a lot of
time,
shows with us.
But
yeah.
every
What
once in a
happened?
while, he'll just dick you. He's gotten too big.
Money.
Because he's making big money.
Yeah.
He's
Changed him.
He's just a dick sometimes,
Changed
but whatever.
We do these shows at like 25,000 people, right, in the Bay Area.
So basically, if I blow up in 6 months, you guys are going to be trashing me. Just,
No.
yeah, you know what? Ooh, Mr. Redhead.
No.
Oh, the Hitler guy.
It's not that. It's.
I
other
know.
stuff.
All right. He said she
So-
said stuff. I'm looking at.
When you have a joke that's, how often will you change things up? Because nothing against them, it is a routine, and if you know this works, then you can carry it around. But some guys will carry stuff for 15 years, like
yeah.
Ned.
Right.
Oh,
Ned does.
They'll do. I've seen guys, and like the guys have like techniques too when they're talking about older stuff where they try to polish it up.
Right.
Just be, a lot of you guys forgot about that first Gulf War. And it's just like, dude, it's probably because it was 9 days long and it was 22 years ago.
Right,
Yeah,
bro,
you know what I
come
mean?
on,
I think
man.
somebody forgot to write some new jokes.
A little effort.
My thing is, I have a healthy. In this case, it helps me. I have a delusional paranoia that it's all about me and everyone cares about me. So I will literally
I think that too.
Yeah, the
Just
second
in life.
anything I do on television, I immediately assume that everybody in the country has seen.
Which is ridiculous. You're burning your material up.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but it actually ends up being good. Like, say that half hour came out on HBO and they had it on demand, which is what really helped because people were able to come in from work and be like, yeah, it's on demand. People watched it.
Right.
So I taped that in April. It was coming out in September. So I had a brutal summer of bombing, like just because I dumped all of that material. I was just racing for September because the last thing you want to do is like, there's something about a joke. It's like if you've heard it and people know where it's going, like a joke, there's always like a surprise. Like I didn't know where that was going. So when they know it, it's like the rabbit's in the hat and you show it to them and then I'm going to pull it out and it's like, we saw it. It's in there. So it's been like a real, it's been a healthy paranoia. Hurts me in a lot of other areas.
That's got to be tough for comedians. I don't want to like rip on the guy, but like the first time I saw Carlos, I was like, oh man, this guy's funny. Hey, why don't you come in tomorrow, hang on the show? And then he did all the same stuff, and then we put together this big show, and then it was the exact same thing, and then we did another show, and he did the exact same thing
let me
again.
ask this.
And he knows it works.
How much time was involved? I mean, if you saw a guy last night and then he comes in here, I mean, he's not going to come like a whole new 45 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I think you shouldn't burn through your material like that. I think it should last you a good year, right? You should be able to tour around the nation and do sets.
What is the thing? If you write a new hour every year, you're absolutely prolific, and other comedians will have their jaw on the ground. I mean, there's the guys I see do stuff.
Wow.
Like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. Chris Rock was the first guy I saw do it. Where I was started out in Boston. And I would see these big acts on TV, and they'd come through to like the Comedy Connection or Nick's Comedy Stop up there, and I would check them out. And a lot of times I would see their chunk that they did on TV.
Okay.
But Chris Rock was the first guy. I mean, I literally just saw his half hour the night before, and I watched him do 45 minutes probably 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they taped it. I mean, he probably had like, 6 months to come up, but he came in, not one joke was the same.
Wow.
That blew me away.
That's
like just sitting there
talent.
going like, wow.
And were you going to say that Chappelle's the same way? Because my experience with him has been that every time he would come out and do these shows, he would come out for his birthday, and then he would come in studio, and it was different every time. And I'm like, this is amazing stuff.
Well, you know what happens? It's like when you start out, when you bomb, is this for me anyways, when you bomb early in your career, those are the most painful bombs you'll ever experience, because it's a combination of, it's first of all, it's what you're fearing. You've never experienced I can't even just standing there in front of a room.
It's got to be the worst.
It's the worst. But then,
so you said you had a series of these? I don't believe that. You're a funny mother effer here.
no, this is like early on in your career, so it's like, the thing is, early on, you don't know, like, can I do this? Am I going to be funny? Am I that guy who's just going to stink? And you literally bomb. And then the next day you go to work, your day job.
Your real job,
and you're just sitting there, and it's like, I remember one time I bombed so bad.
Where's the gun?
In Rhode Island.
It's cool that you can admit this, though.
Yeah.
I bombed so bad, man. It was like, I was sitting in this club. It was one of these clubs. It was one of those nights where just nobody really got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got nothing. And I was like, I was hosting the show. I went up. And it's like, I open up with 10 minutes, and I'm like opening up, talking really fast because I'm nervous. I'm walking all over, and I am just eating it. I didn't get one laugh. My mouth is it's like I have like a saltines in my mouth.
It's the Sahara Desert in there, Scirocco wins.
Bombing. So I bring up the next guy. He kind of does okay. Then I got to do 5 minutes in the middle, and I'm already like, I look like I just stepped out of the rainforest. So I'm like, and I just run on stage, right? And I just bomb again, even worse. People are talking, they're going to the bathroom. I have no control of the crowd. I felt like I was standing in a bus station, like I was the crazy guy that everyone's just ignoring. Then I brought up the headliner, and he only kind of did okay. So it was so bad. Then I had to do the announcements at the end. So it was so bad, I literally went out the back of the club because I didn't want to run into anybody from the show. And as I went out the back, this couple was walking by. They didn't see me, and I knew I shouldn't have listened, but I had to. And it was like a mediocre show. So the girl said to the guy, she goes, wow, she goes, is it usually like that? And the guy's like, nah, man, it's usually really funny. And then he goes, man, that redheaded kid sucked. So it's just like, dude. And then I go home. I'm laying on the pillow at home, and just the whole night, instead of counting sheep, it was just, that redheaded kid sucked. That redheaded kid sucked. And I'm like, at work, I'm like completely out of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you okay? No, I'm cool. That redheaded kid sucked. And like in the beginning, you go like 10 days between gigs, so I had to carry that for 10 days until you got like that next laugh on like the next show. So as far as this summer though, as far as like bombing, it's more like the bombing was more like, I went from people going like, "Man, that was great! I'm so glad it came out." I immediately dropped down to, "Yeah, that was pretty good." And that just like
they were being nice.
And again, it was because you had like good, solid stuff, but because you felt like they saw it on TV or whatever, they might come and see it again.
Like I dumped it, so now it's
Gotcha.
They're literally watching the process of putting it together. And the thing about it is the only way to do it. It's not like a band where you rehearse and you get the song down and then you put it out. You have to go like in front of the crowd and just sit there. Hey, here's another wacky idea. I thought you'd find amusing.
Oh God!
Really? Okay. Maybe I'll get rid of that. Yeah. It was just. And then it becomes that moment where then it becomes like one night it just all gels and you're like, yes, I got it. I'm back. And then the next night you go on stage, you start thinking of how you did it the night before, which is the kiss of death. And then it bombs again, and it's the most frustrating thing. But you just have to stick with it. And like before, the stuff that you did that's coming out on TV hasn't come out yet. It's like crack. You can run to it, but you know if you go back, you're going to be in trouble when it comes out. So,
do you ever get to a point where you're not going through all of this thinking and analyzing, and you can just go up there and just knock it out? And
as far as what?
I mean, where after every set, are you still going to analyze yourself and, wow, that part of it was, and then when right before you're going to go on, I should do this, I got to do this. I mean, are you going through this mental?
No, at this point, I've been doing it like 14 years, so it's like, what it is like, I don't even like write my jokes out anymore, which is stupid because I start to forget them and then I don't know how they go.
Like, I had that question as well. I mean, what if you draw a blank and you just have no idea where you're going next?
Well, if I was on TV, I'd probably kill myself.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Like a Letterman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you're over.
I'll probably end up cursing. No, for the love of God, don't bring that up. I'm getting like nervous. It's like, has that ever happened to you on television?
He's jinxing you. Just completely forgot.
Cursed you.
No, I saw that happen to one guy. Actually saw it on the Tonight Show.
Oh, and you just die for the guy, don't you?
Oh,
just die
brutally.
Yeah,
brutally. It's just like, I to this day, like some comics, like I like watching comics bomb if they're bombing because what they're doing is kind of ticking the crowd off and they don't care, and there's like a certain committal to it. I love seeing
I've seen that happen to Rich Voss, though. You know, he's got that kind of thing, which I love.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Rich
yeah.
is, he's
And
fearless.
you know him real well.
Yeah, he'll sit there and he'll, shut up. And
I love that guy.
He can turn it around. But when I see a guy truly bombing like that, he's going to kill himself going home, I literally, I have to leave the room.
Yeah, no.
Unless the person is just so bad and they have this vibe like they think they're good,
right?
and they're blaming the crowd, then I will sit there like, it's like Gone with the Wind for me.
Keep it going. Yeah.
Bill Burr, going to be at Bananas. That's in New Jersey.